Hearing your own voice in a recording or in a voice message can feel uncomfortable. Sometimes we even try to make it sound a bit deeper, like, "Good morning, my name is Diego." But then, when we actually play it back, it sounds more like, "Good morning, my name is Diego." This odd effect is so common that many content creators end up hiring voice actors or even using AI-generated voices. But the real question is, why does our voice sound different when we hear it ourselves? And more importantly, why can it be so unpleasant? When you speak, your lungs push out air. That air passes through your vocal cords, not vocal folds or anything fancy, and those vibrations turn into sound. Now here's the key: when you talk, your brain receives two different kinds of vibrations at the same time. The first ones are air vibrations, meaning the sound waves that travel through the air and reach your ears. This is the exact same way you hear other people speak. But there's also bone vibrations. In this case, the sound you produce travels through the bones in your skull and reaches your inner ear directly, without passing through the air.
So, what does this mean?
Basically, when you talk, what you hear is a special mix of both air and bone vibrations. That combination makes your voice sound richer and slightly deeper, at least to you. The problem is, nobody else hears that version. When other people listen to you, or when you listen to a recording, the only thing captured are the air vibrations. No bone resonance. And that's why your recorded voice sounds thinner and higher pitched compared to what you hear in your head. On top of that, most people dislike their own voice because of something called the mere exposure effect. It means the more familiar we are with something, the more we tend to like it. We're used to hearing our voice with bone vibrations included, so when we finally hear the real version in a recording, it feels alien, like it doesn't represent us at all. And then our brain starts exaggerating imperfections that no one else even notices. In fact, chances are nobody dislikes your voice as much as you do. What's fascinating is that voice actors, singers, and broadcasters go through the exact same struggle. Some of them even train through a kind of exposure therapy. First, they simply record themselves more often, just to get used to their actual sound. Then, they work on voice control, speaking slower, breathing better, and learning to modulate tone. That way, instead of rejecting their own voice, they start reshaping the way they perceive it. And of course, using a good microphone helps a lot. Because sometimes the real issue isn't your voice, it's how poorly a cheap mic picks it up. When I first started making videos, I honestly hated how I sounded. I knew I didn't have the voice of a professional narrator, and in my first recordings I thought, nobody will ever take me seriously. But over time, I stopped hearing a recording of my voice, and started hearing myself. So if right now you can't stand your voice, give it some time. One day, when you listen back, instead of feeling embarrassed, you might actually feel proud.
Bye-bye.